allow me to sort of bring in the chairman of the supervisory board of Kadin, a B20 International Advocacy Caucus, and CEO of PT Bakrie and Brothers Anindya Bakrie to join us for a fireside chat session. How are you, Panin?
Thank you, Stephen. How are you?
It's great that you're able to join today's, and I thought it would be good we spend a little bit of your time in just hearing more, right? We heard that Kadin's leading the charge in the net zero private sector movement in Indonesia, and a leader leads by example. It would be great, Panin, if you're able to share back the strategic direction in a net zero world.
Thank you, Stephen. First of all, I would like to thank John indeed for participating in short notice. And it's great that Bloomberg NEF, New Energy Finance, is working closer with Kadin to the extent that 12th of November, we're going to have the first Bloomberg NEF conference in Bali just before the B20. That's great. And Pak Yus, 2 days ago, I spoke to him, or 3. He was still recovering from COVID. So thank you for making it happen. And of course, my friend, Ambassador Dino, founder and chairman of FPCI. So very happy to be here, and distinguished speakers that I see, Pak Almo, Pak Gilarsi, Pak Pandu, Pak Adit, and Pak Oki. And I think what I can share is that Kadin is very serious on this. Our chairman, Pak Arshad, is also leading this initiative himself. All of us, including Bushinta, the chair of B20, went to COP26 just last October, November 2021. We came back, half happy, half, excited to do more. And we thought one of the best ways to do it is to start somewhere. And this is certainly one of the things that we're trying to do, because Indonesia has to take a big part in the net zero initiative. And to have Kadin, to have its own desk, it shows commitment. And as Pak Yus is saying, this is not only for big companies, but we want to inspire, we want to encourage and include small, medium enterprises as well. So yeah, Stephen, this is something that is close to our heart. We're heading to the UK next week, among others, to also promote the B20. And as the president is saying, in G20, the focus is in digitalization, renewable energy, as well as global health. And he wants to see actions, not only events. So among others, this type of discussion is to accelerate deliverables for the G20 as well. Yeah.
Thank you, Giovanni. As we want to focus today's session on the future of mobility, right, and your new ventures, the Vector brand coming to life, how do you see Vector position itself in the increasingly complex global supply chain in the EV space? And John mentioned it a little bit, right, from the nickel mining batteries all the way to electric transport. What's really the ambition here?
Well, look, Stephen, actually it's rather obvious for us to start somewhere in the public transportation, because it contributes about 26% of carbon emission in our country. And buses, especially in Jakarta, and thanks to Pak Adit, who gives us the possibility to do so, to electrify the bus fleet. Yes, we started from a lower base, 30, but that's the beginning, because Transjakarta has about 5,000 today buses under their wing, growing to become 10,000. And this is only 10,000 of the whole 230,000 buses in the country. So public transportation is certainly a place to start the way we see it, and we definitely want to take part. Vector certainly supports the ambition of Indonesia's government to become a player in this EV supply chain. Everybody knows that Indonesia has abundant nickel resources and other resources that can be the ingredients for battery. But we thought that we should also, contribute in this initiative, but also work together hand in hand with other countries. For example, with Vector, we work together with China, but we also work with gigafactories in the UK, just to make sure that we can collaborate and not reinvent the wheel. Because at the end of the day, I guess we live in the same planet, so making sure that this electrification is done in a right way, in an ESG way, I think that should be a dream for all of us. And just a little bit, story, Stephen. We started this initiative 4 years ago, and we are not alone. We see friends from Toba, Bara, which is TBS Energy Utama, Pertamina, Transjakarta, indeed, right, and many other companies like Indica. A few years back, and it was not easy because one point in time, in 2018, we showcased these buses in IMF World Bank event in Bali. Everybody loves it, and then when we want to bring it to the market, we understand that the registration license cannot be issued unless you have the CC in the machine capacity or decibels in the sound of the machine, right? But if you want to do something else, we all have to work hard for presidential decree, which Kadin also contribute in that, and of course the government is taking the lead. But then, after all that, we have to think about the derivative of the regulations, work together with different ministries, only to find COVID happening in 2020. So that's why it is challenging. But what I would like to tell you here is that 2/3 of Indonesian population, they are millennials or younger, and surveys saying that 75% of them believe in this climate change issue and believe also in the energy transition. This is why in a democratic country like Indonesia, the support from the public to the policy holders or the executive leaders are very strong. That's why this public transportation electrification can happen just basically in the middle of the COVID time. So this one is certainly a big win for all of us. Yes, we had to be tested in Jakarta, Bali, Aceh, Bogor, as much as 24,000 kilometers. That is good enough to go to London and come back. But other than that, I think it's a good beginning for all of us. And I know we're not the only one, and we like that, and we want to move the momentum as much as we can. Thank you.